Hi everybody, this is Swapnil Shankar and this is my YouTube channel SJKYC AML. So, as promised to all of you, commencing today onwards, I will be sharing informative and learning video sessions here on my YouTube channel. So you guys can drop your views for the feedback and show us the support by doing like, comment, share and subscribe. So let's just start without wasting any time our journey with a very basic topic, that is KYC. So, know your customer is an ongoing process that is duly performed on the different segments of customer based on the risk appetite of the financial institution and customer risk profiling. The KYC processes enables financial institution to collect information on customer identity to prevent, detect and deter the possibility of sanction breaches, money laundering and terrorism financing. Once the information is obtained on the risk assessment, financial institutions can now decide whether to accept the customer or to decline the businesses. That too without tipping off the customer if we are declining any customer relationship or any customer businesses. Upon successful evaluation of the risk assessment, most financial institutions classify the businesses relationships into three categories of risk rating, that is low, medium and high. Organizations should have clear procedures highlighting that what type of customers any financial institution can onboard or what risks present in the market financial institution is fit to take in. The financial institution will rely on this initial due diligence information throughout the life of the business relationship with that customer. Based on the activities performed by the customer, the risk rating might fluctuate from low to medium to high. To manage or track this risk rating of each customer or businesses, there is a customer risk score tool that presents and triggers the case to perform additional due diligence to obtain the required information and documents to stay compliant within the lifespan of that particular business. So now let us just understand what are the type of risks financial institutions go through. Number one is customer risk, followed by jurisdiction risk. Third one is product based risk, and the last one is delivery channel risk. Let us have a quick understanding of customer risk. So this is a type of risk which comes inherently with the type of customer financial institution is building a relationship with, such as there are some high risk businesses such as casinos, travel agency, MSPs, cash intensive businesses, vast businesses, car, boat, airplanes dealerships, arm manufacturers, import export companies, jewel, gem, precious metal and art sellers. These comes with their inherent high risk rating. Any financial institution, if ever want to onboard such sort of customers, any sort of financial institution wants to onboard any sort of these types of customer. So these types of customer walks into the branch with their inherent high risk rating. Financial institution have to draft a different procedure and a policy in periodically reviewing these sort of accounts. Okay, so now let's jump upon to the second risk factor, that is jurisdiction. It is a type of risk that is considered on the basis where the customer is residing and where does he choose to bank from and to what destinations or jurisdictions as well. Easiest way to identify any high risk jurisdiction risk rating to follow the international organizations published reports such as FATF rating of countries, mutual evaluation reports published by countries. Do follow the Transparency International Corruption Perception Index report. It is issued annually. Then there is HIFC and HIDTA, let's say high intensity financial crime areas. It also produces annually and it includes 100 of the areas in the United States or somewhere that you can identify that which 100 countries are having the highest financial crime areas in the United States. Then there is HIDTA, high intensity drug trafficking areas. It is also a report issued annually by the United States of government that what areas in the United States are highly drug traffickers or drug producers, so that you can easily identify what sort of jurisdictions are a high risk, what sort of jurisdictions are imposing a high risk rating to the financial ecosystem. In each country there are some sort of documents like that. You can just do the open searches and get to know yourself for a better and clear understanding. Okay. Third risk channel is product based risk. These are the ones that customer opt as their medium of transmitting funds from one place to another. The products could be such as private banking, correspondent banking, wire transfers, traveler's checks and so on. See, any product is a main factor in identifying what sort of risk rating should be drafted to the customer's risk profiling at the time of risk profiling of that customer. Okay, let's say if I am walking into a branch and I am asking a customer, being a customer, I am asking to a branch official that I want a private banking customer, then it is bit obvious that I am going to sit in a wealth management cabin, not on the not in a retail branch banking. Okay, so that's what differentiates. The higher the wealth of the customer is, the more scrutiny to be followed. See, the crux of this compliance, KYC and AML part is that profits and numbers should not be given more priority than the compliance part. Okay, so any product being chosen by the customer, let's suppose if customer wants to deposit a check but he do not wants to enter into a branch or do not wants to drop it to either to the check drop box, what else option is left in the market? There is an option that is called remote deposit capture option. Okay, an RDC check deposit service is considered as the highest risk, because let's suppose if a customer is sitting in country A, opens an account, then travels to country B, that is a high risk rating, or having an active terrorist organization there and actively presently terrorist organization is working in country B. Okay, what he does is he took out the check, scanned it through his mobile. Within a second, within a micro millisecond, the check is uploaded, is cashed, funds are created virtually, and now it can be transferred to any corner of this world. Okay, these are the products that are called high risks. Okay, now let's jump upon to delivery risk channel. See, to understand delivery risk channel, it is there should be a clear understanding of the products customer has chosen to banking with. Okay, delivery risk channel is something that, let's suppose if I have to drop, if I want to avail any banking facility, I have to just walk into the branch and get the things done for myself. However, if there are any mobile applications or internet service applications, so that this is called the delivery channel. In these sort of delivery channels, what happens is the face-to-face transaction time is reduced. Okay, there is no possibility of identifying a regular customer and an illicit actor. Whenever an illicit actor walks into the branch, they can grab the attention of branch officials. Okay, the branch officials might suspect it, might get attentive, and they will ask a lot of questions or queries from that illicit actor, that what sort of transaction you are doing, to what is the destination, how do you source these funds, whether you are banking with other banks or not, these sort of. So this is called delivery channels. Okay, so now let us just understand what are the documentary evidences we need to for a legal customer, for a legal individual customer, and for a legal entity. Okay, so let's say for individual customer, a national ID proof, an address proof, a source of fund or a source of wealth proof, a latest tax document would be required. Additionally, we can require the active telephone number, a mailing address, an email address or a virtual address to get the regular updates or not. These are the basic things that a bank will ask to the legal human customer account. Okay, jumping on to the legal entity accounts, we are supposed to ask as a compliance official company info. Okay, for legal entity, as a compliance official, we are required to ask company incorporation documents, list of directors, shareholders, signatories, sleeping partners, sleeping directors, shareholding structure if there is any shareholdings. Okay, unique company formation or registration number that is being allotted to each and every entity that has been. Okay, now jumping upon to the legal entity, we as a compliance official, we are supposed to ask company incorporation document, shareholding structure, unique company formation on registration number, legal status of the business, whether it is a running business, whether it has been dissolved, whether it has been in other sort of state. Okay, whether it has been sold, it has been transferred or something, mailing address of that company, jurisdiction the company has formed to, etc. Sort of these are the basic details we should ask. Okay, now let us just have a quick understanding of rule and risk based approaches. See, everything the documentary evidences we ask to the customers and non-documentary evidences, these comes under the rules-based approach. Our regulators want us to stay compliant by following all the policies that has been drafted at a bigger level by the standalone organizations such as FATF, UNSC, their local laws such as I would say local regulatory frameworks. Okay, every jurisdiction has that framework in the form of policies. These policies are adopted in the form of standard operating procedures that have been drafted uniquely for each and every financial institution. See, if there are 10 financial institutions in the market you are banking with, none of them would be having the same risk appetite. Okay, none of them would be having same systematic operating procedures. Okay, because the risk appetite and the customer they are pitching to their product and services totally going to be different for each segment of the customer line. Okay, so what the regulator says, take a risk-based approach. You have done a lot of research, lot of documentation collection. Rest, leave it upon the customer risk scoring tool. As soon as it triggers something that is out of the expected activity of that customer, if the customer has breached that activity or has performed something suspicious, it would automatically be triggered to the CRS tool and the case will be triggered to be reviewed either annually, either half yearly, either quarterly, or sort of. It depends basically on the customer's risk profiling. Okay. So now let's jump upon to the last topic of this video, that is inherent risk. Okay, that is controlled risk, and then that is residual risk. So I believe coming to this extent to this video, inherent risk is already being discussed. Let me just quickly discuss it again. Inherent risk is something that comes up with the customer, with the product, with the jurisdiction. Okay, let's suppose if a customer is having a jewelry businesses in the market and he walks into the branch and he says that I want to open a bank account. Due to his high risk of activity, any financial institution cannot say no, we cannot give you our platform to do banking with. No, that's not how the things work. Compliance and profits is two faces of a single coin, I would say. Okay. So now let us just understand what is inherent risk. Inherent risk is the risk that is a predetermined risk. Let's suppose a customer who is a jewelry jewelry shop owner walks into the branch and wants to open a bank account. Okay, his risk rating would always be higher than the person who is a simple salaried person such as us. Okay, our account, such as I would say a salaried person's account, will not be reviewed quarterly, half yearly, or an yearly basis. However, any risk rating, any high risk rating customer's account would be reviewed either quarterly, half yearly, annually, or either in 3 years or 2 years based on their past transactions and their account activity. Okay, one thing. Another thing is, what is controlled risk? Okay, so the second part in this equation is controlled risk. Controlled risk is something that has been identified from the financial institution and the controlling measures has been taken. What comes in the controlling measures? That is adequate tools being installed into the financial institution to detect red flags, suspicious patterns of transactions and something. Another thing is adequate training materials have been drafted to the staff. Adequate training is being provided at time to time periodically. Okay, refresher trainings are being provided, fresh trainings have been provided to the fresh individuals or the fresh new employees of the branch. These are the risk based and controlled approaches that have been taken from the financial institution. What rests is called residual risk. Okay, residual risk is something that can be happen at any time. Let's suppose if a customer A is having a salary account, okay, and from their inheritances that customer receives 1 million or 2 million amount into his account. This case is going to be triggered to the CRS tool. One thing, what should be the approach of the branch officials? The financial institution will reach out to the branch. The financial institution will reach out to the customer and ask the source of these funds. Okay, if the customer is able to provide the sources of these funds with the documented evidences that for what sort of thing he has received this sort of money, how is he going to take care of this amount, and a lot of questions or queries. If the financial institution is satisfied with the answers provided by the customer, this is called the rule-based and risk-based approach. Okay, simultaneously, you cannot just deny the rule-based approach and you cannot deny the risk-based approach. So that's how the compliance department works. I hope this video is not getting too much boring for all of you. So I will just stop it here. For any queries, for any feedbacks, the comment section is all of yours. Do drop there. Kindly reach out to me. Those who know me, reach out to my WhatsApp, reach out to my LinkedIn profile, and let's have a discussion together. So okay, stay tuned. Subscribe the channel, like the video, share the video. Stay tuned for the next video. I will be uploading it sooner. Take a good time, take a good nap. Bye bye. Have a good time.